Good afternoon, Flosstube. Welcome to our channel. We are Stitching Social. I am Allison.
I'm Jen.
And it's been a while since our last video. This is number 12. And would you say it's been about a month?
Yeah, maybe a little bit longer than a month.
Longer. The summertime, I mean,
we've been so busy.
Lots of plans and busy, and it's just been all around hectic. So we're not doing as many videos as we would like, but we are still stitching and shopping
like crazy.
and shopping.
And shopping. Shopping for me.
And a little bit for me, which is nice as well. So we'll just jump right into it unless you have anything else to say.
Nope.
Welcome back. All right. We are organized this time,
so,
but we always say we're organized.
We have lots of piles around us.
Lots of piles.
Take a picture of this, all the piles.
So why don't you start, Jennifer, with your finishes?
So I have several finishes because I've been stitching quite a bit. I'll save my favorite to last.
Okay.
So the one that I just finished the other night, and it's not done according to the pattern. Like, okay, it's done, but
done how you want it.
It's done how I want it to be stitched. It's done. I'm done with it. It's Brooks Books Summer House. It's the free series. So that's the pattern there, and you'll see.
So is there 4 of them? One house for every season?
Yeah.
Or is it a monthly house for all seasons collection? Okay.
Yeah. So it's So there's a fall. There's an autumn house. There's a winter house. And there's a spring house. They're really cute, but they're dense. Like, the pattern is full coverage, like
a lot of dense
stitching. And when I started stitching it, I measured my fabric to do, what did I do to stitch it on? 28 count. And I'm not sure, it's kind of a mystery piece. I don't know, it's 28 count, but I started stitching it on 1/1 for some reason. I'm like,
first 1/1.
So I kind of wasted this whole big.
No, put something behind it.
So I stitched this 1/1. It's stitched in all DMC, and I was gonna change the DMC. This isn't really. Sorry. Okay. So I was gonna change the DMC colors, and then after, oh, it's so tiny. Kind of standing in front of the light. Okay, so that's my little house, a little 1/1 house, and I did 1 tree instead of 2 on each side. I didn't do any smoke out of the chimneys, and that's a bit better there, a little bit better of a focus. And look at the wreath on the front door. Oh my god. The wreath on the front door and the bushes and the sunflowers, like, and I did half stitches in the windows. It's so tiny.
Penny point.
Yeah.
So now the copy, she just showed what it looks like. It's an electronic copy, and it just doesn't show really what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't look at that and be like, you get from there to the finished product. It's really nice.
Yeah,
it doesn't do it justice.
I think this was my first time stitching 1/1.
I think it was, yeah.
And I don't really enjoy the process that much. I would prefer to stitch 32 count, 2/2. That's my preferred stitching.
28 count?
But yeah, but I'm gonna finish this. It's just my
fully finish it.
Yeah, my craft room is a little bit under construction. Kind of. So I'm reorganizing I've pulled everything out of the drawers and everything, and I'm reorganizing. So when I get that, I'll put back together, and I'm thinking I'm going to do a video.
For you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a video about that, but my sewing machines are kind of covered in fabric, literally thrown over the machines. So I have a lot of things that I have to actually finish. I have a couple other things that are thrown over the machine that are kind of in waiting. So I'm going to finish this into a little tiny pillow with some, what's it called?
Chenille?
No, with the little shells and...
walnut shells?
Walnut shells, thank you. Walnut shells inside of it. So, and I have to get some interfacing for that too, so that they don't come through the holes.
So that is your first finish that you've shown.
That's my most recent. So I just finished that the other night. Done. And then I've had this done for a while. I don't even know if I showed this at all, but it's the Victoria Sampler Garden Rose. That's it right there.
Now this is a pattern that you bought from New Jersey, right?
Right. So I bought this and kitted it up in New Jersey, and I bought it at, I can't remember the store that Golden Thread. I think it was Golden Threads. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can recognize.
But I don't think I got the threads there because
I think you got all those in Needleworker's Delight.
I think so. So that's the pattern for it, and I'm done it. And I did it on a mystery piece of, sorry, all over the place here. Mystery piece of linen. And I don't know how I want to finish this. See, we're trying something new with the lighting, and I don't know if I'm...
Are you not fussy about it?
I'm not fussy about it. So that's, and it says, inch by inch, row by row, going to make my garden grow. There's a cute little bird on the top. Yeah, that's better.
It will get darker.
And I just love the variegation in all the floss and how bright they were. And if I were to pick these colors myself, I don't think I would have picked them. I really, really like how it came out. And I guess one of the reasons why I haven't fully finished it is because I'm not really sure how I want to fully finish it. Like, do I want to make a flat fold? Do I want to go to Michael's and see if I can find a frame?
FFO problems.
Yeah, like I don't really, when I start a piece, I don't really have in mind how I'm going to finish it.
Oh, I like the little stems of the carrots.
Yeah.
Little satin stitch.
So this one was really fun, and the colors were like totally bright and different from what I've been stitching.
All called for colors?
Yeah, all the called for colors, and which I don't even remember. They were
Gentle Arts
and Weeks, yeah. So that was really fun.
Like a fun stitch.
It
and
was so
really
fun.
Nice brown too. The fabric.
Yeah, I wish I knew what it was.
Times?
It feels like Weeks. And oh shoot, what kind of count was it?
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't remember what kind of, I think it was like 28 count.
Looks like 28.
So that was super fun. So I'll show them again when I fully finish them, whenever that happens to be. No rush. That one's done. Oh, and then, yeah, and then my favorite one that's done, which I'm kind of disappointed, I mentioned before that I'm kind of disappointed it's done, By the Bay Needle Art Round the Robin's Nest.
She showed this in her last video that she was working on.
Yep.
Love By the Bay.
Oh, I want to buy all of her patterns, and I recently just found her on Instagram. If you look up on Instagram, I'm
sure people know her.
Well, Donna Bayliss, but By the Bay, if you look up that, then you'll be able to find her. But, can you look that up so I can... So I did this on 32 count stone fabric flare, and it's done. And I really lagged on putting my initials at the top and the year because I had so J and H, my initials, weren't really fancy.
The letters.
Yeah. Now she's got on, Donna put on hers D and B for Donna Bayliss, obviously, and they were more stylized. So it's okay. I'm okay with it, and I think I want to get this piece framed because I love it so much. And I know I've enabled a couple people to buy this project.
Where did you get the, was this a stash acquisition from a Facebook site?
This was from Michelle.
Or was it from...
Michelle Bendy Stitchy from her
you
D-Stat. Yeah. So if you because it took me a while to find Donna Bayliss on here. So if you look up By the Bay Needle Art,
all one word.
All one word, you'll find her Instagram. Of course, it's not. But anyways, so that's because my brightness was like all the way up. There.
We can link her below.
Yeah. So I'm all into Instagram right now. I'm loving, I found quite a few new people on there. So anyways, that's what I've been stitching. Lots and lots of stitching.
That you finished.
That I finished.
You're not done yet because you still have your whip. So
yeah.
Okay, so it's my turn, right?
Yep.
So I just have one foot finish, and it's fully finished. Now this is, I don't have the pattern handy, but this is Lizzy Kate's red, white, and beach. This was given to me by the lovely Lori from Once Upon a Stitch. Check her out. She is fantastic. And this is beach. Look at it. So cute.
And did you use the DMC?
I used the DMC, but the only thing I did was I changed the roof. You can't really see. I changed the roof on this little cabana. I put the date underneath the starfish. Anukkashuks, maybe. And
well, there'd be starfish.
I put beads as the eyeballs. And
that's really cute.
They're like aquamarine. Perfect.
And show the fabric.
And look at the back, guys. Seagulls.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Like how perfect is that? Orange and blue. And it's
all the colors.
I love it. I'm getting better at closing. It's a little ripply. Some cat hair on it.
I think when I start making pillows, I'm going to start finishing them. Like, make a hole in the back. Like, stitch all the way around and make a hole, cut a hole in the back.
Like a little
and cover it up
scarf?
with a patch. Yeah, because I'm having trouble getting my bottoms really flat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking that might be easier, too, to fill with the walnut shells because...
I just used fiberfill for this.
Yeah.
And I love it. She had stitched it a while ago, I believe, and she was showing it on Lori from Once Upon a Stitch on one of her videos, and I fell in love with it, so she sent it to me. So thank you very much, Lori. I stitched it almost right away.
Yeah, you did.
Like, not to toot my own horn, guys, but this is pretty adorbs.
She's got it in a really cute spot. She's got a cute setup.
Yeah, on my Instagram, Strawberry Stitcher, I showed where I had it. And where I was putting it, the dog was kind of interested. Like, ooh, what's that?
Imagine if you came home and your dog got to it. Oh my gosh.
I think I would cry, but I would stitch it again. And do you want to pass me the fabric? So I went to a local fabric place. Not a quilt standard fabric by any means. It's called Len Mills. And so this whole piece I got, which was skinny enough for what I needed, I paid $1.98.
You know what? I've bought some that's perfect piece. I've bought some fabric to finish quilts at Fabricland or like a big box store.
Not
a quilt shop, and I've found lovely fabric. I think you have to look at it just to see if there's no runs in it, and I think it can be great.
Yeah. So there's a few others in the series. Like there's some of the cabanas. I think there might be one with the whale. So I've got more fabric to finish. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's my only finish because I've been working on some bigger items. So Lizzy Kate, definitely check it out. It is so cute. On the floor.
Dead on the floor.
Dead on the floor. But I'm very modest. It's my own stitching. I'll keep it. I stitch things for myself.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before. So those are all of our
I want to try this winter to stitch some, like, okay,
for
so
Christmas?
now I'm getting geared up to stitch fall things and autumn things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really want to be a stitcher that gives things away. Like, I really want to stitch things for other people. I have good intentions. I have the best intentions. Yeah, but
I have the best intentions, but I think that I don't follow through because
I want to stitch something this year for a Christmas present for somebody.
Like someone specific you have in mind, or just in general? You want to spread the stitchy?
I want to step outside of my comfort, and I want to stitch something for somebody and give it away.
Did you see the video on Stitch Mania that someone posted of a young guy who got a he's showing up a stocking, and he's like, look guys, this is cross stitch. And he was just going, it was maybe a 4-5 minute video, and him just saying that he was blown away that people do this, and they take thread and they make this picture. It's pretty cute. It's on Stitch Mania. You guys might know.
Do you have any inclination to do diamond painting?
No.
I have no desire.
I'm not a fan of
We talked about this in our last
bedazzled look of something that's finished. I love putting Kreinik in pieces, but to have it all a picture totally bedazzled, it's not my jam. And also, I'd be the one that would be doing it, move suddenly, and go.
Oh, I dumped.
And
I would
go
dump
everywhere.
the gems for sure.
And how hard would you hate yourself if you did that?
Yeah, that would be.
Because aren't they in like little individual things?
I don't know. I don't know, but Michael's
like
is
you
now
drop
selling
floss. All you gotta
diamond
do
painting.
is you just pick it up, or you might be out of your craft room or your craft area and notice on your arm or something you've got floss. But I don't know. No, not my jam. Do you?
No.
I like coloring.
I'm editing my craft room right now, big time, and I don't have room for one more hobby. Like, I am even downsizing my scrapbooking and my, I don't even want to say it out loud, but my stamp collection. I haven't even opened the drawers. I have so many stamps, and I need to, when we were getting ready for the video today, I was looking through some of Alison's baskets of stash and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, I just love this, I love this. And there were some applique patterns in her basket, and I love those.
But you want to stitch all the things.
But I want to stitch, like, yeah, I want to stitch all the things. I don't really want to scrap. I said to her, I'm not a scrapbooker. Like, I don't really want...
You scrapbooked for a while.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd rather go buy a card. Handmade cards are beautiful, but...
I like receiving handmade cards. I really feel the appreciation when you get a handmade
I feel like if you're good at making handmade cards, then it's more incentive to make them. But I went through some of my handmade cards that I made, and I'm like, really? Like, they were so Bush League. Like, they weren't up to snuff.
They weren't very...
They weren't very professional, that's for sure. So, yeah.
Okay, so those are our finishes. So let's go on to our whips. What you been stitching?
I've been shopping and I've been stitching. Okay, so I showed you the things I finished. I'm trying to clean up my whips because I feel a little intimidated by my whip basket. It's too much.
She's always starting new things.
I know.
Which is good. Why not? You only live once.
I'm kind of trying to finish something and then start, and then I can start something new, right? Anyways, so I was waiting on some threads for Plum Street Sampler Pomegranate Santa.
Have you shown this before?
No.
Okay, guys, wait until you see her fabric. She's already enabled Crafty Kim to... Yeah. She hasn't started. I actually picked up all of the threads for Kim. It's pretty yummy. I'd want to stitch it, but you have to find equivalent to this fabric.
So it's stitched on like a neutral, right?
Yeah, which is great. Neutrals are fantastic.
Does it say what it's stitched on?
Model was stitched on...
Vintage Exemplar.
Yeah.
36 count. No, I'm not doing it. I never really stitch with the called for. We don't have access to the Needle Workshop, and I really just want to use what I have. So, and I have a lot.
Plus, you've been gifted with stitchy kindness of fabric, too. So.
Yeah, okay. I need to put something behind it.
Dun dun.
So,
look at that. Get
and
out.
I love classic colorwork threads. Like, love them. Like, I just love... So, all I have left to do...
It's coming up pretty clear, too. True.
So, all I have left to do is the
reindeer.
The reindeer.
Zoom in on Rudolph.
Oh, Rudolph is... Of course, Rudolph has a red nose.
Did you use a bead or a stitch?
No, a stitch. I just love classic colorwork threads. I want to stitch with them all the time. Like, this is the very first pattern. Sorry, I'm not sitting properly in it. This is the very first pattern that I've stitched that I feel like the threads come up exactly. Like, I sometimes when I'm stitching something, I I won't even name a pattern, but we've all stitched something that we fell in love with the picture on the front. And then when dye lots change and you stitch it, it's a little bit different. But this is the very first pattern that I've stitched, and I'm like, it's really close to the colors, and I just love classic color work. So
is this the first time
maybe you'll see me stitching with more classic color works. No, I've used it before. So all I have left to do is the snow down here and all the reindeer. And one of the reasons why I chose this dark fabric is A, I love it, and B, I didn't want to stitch all of the
white.
It's muddy, no, not muddy. Shabby sheep. Love that color. But I didn't want to stitch it all on white light fabric. It's a lot. It's the length of the whole bottom, right? With all the other reindeer. So I didn't want to. Yeah. So I just love this.
The variegation in Santa, is that classic colorworks?
Yep. And the way I stitched it was I did full X's, and then I would stitch the line. Sorry, I would stitch the line. Like way over here, and then I would go down and then come back down and go back. Like I just did that zigzag, and I really like the way it looks. And I kind of, and like people will probably think I'm crazy, but I think that I want to finish this with crushed walnut shells inside, and it's big. Like it's not even to put out as a pillow, but just like to be like this giant sandbag. I don't know why.
But even with interfacing, are you going to have it so that it stands up?
Well, yeah. But I have to put a lot of shells in it. But I have a huge bag of reptile shells, which is the same thing as walnut shells. So maybe if I do that. I don't know.
You've been in stitching mode, not finishing mode.
You know what? So I'm in this weird transition right now where I'm not sleeping at night. And the other night I stitched till 1:30 in the morning. I got out of bed because I couldn't sleep.
Oh, you got out of bed?
I got out of bed and I couldn't sleep, so I just stitched till 1:30 in the morning. I couldn't believe I did that. Like, I don't stitch till 1:30 in the morning. Like, I have things to do the next day. Mm-hmm. I would love to do that every day, but... Anyways, so lately, the last couple nights that I've actually gone to bed, I've gone to bed literally daydreaming about how I want to finish this. I really love it.
It's nice that you've been working on projects that you love. You loved your By the Bay, and now this.
Yeah.
So, that's good. That's why you start all the things so that you can love all the things.
Yeah. And plus, So my husband wants to get me a chatelaine for Christmas, and he wants...
Oh, this is new. I haven't heard this story.
So he said to me, remember, what was those really fancy cross stitches that you... Lately he's been showing some interest in the stitching. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm up late at night stitching instead of... Wifing. So anyways... Ed, can you relate? Mm-hmm. So, he says, oh, what were those nice cross stitches that you were looking at? I'm like, chatelaines. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, I think... maybe for Christmas I'd like to get you a chatelaine, and he knows how much they are, and kit it up and everything. And so I kind of want to do the chatelaine, but I kind of want my whips to be done because that's a big project. So I've kind of got some motivation that if he gets me a chatelaine, and then he showed me this really pretty one with peacocks, and it's...
So he looked up chatelaines and was looking
at he was on 123 Stitch looking up chatelaines.
Yes, that's one thing that he needs to share to my husband is tell them about 123 Stitch.
And then he shows me. I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of intimidated by the back stitching and all these things. Like,
especially stitches. But you know what? There's support groups out there. There's Facebook groups. And
yeah. So then he shows me, what about this one? And it was the ugliest cross. I wouldn't stitch something like that.
Was it the chatelaine?
No. Okay. I don't even know what it was. Okay. And it might have even been on Google Images. I don't know. It was this...
So we will not say what it was. Because that might be someone's unicorn.
It was a dragon. Have you guys known me to stitch a dragon? And so it was a dragon. A very
stitch dragon.
Yeah, but those are cute dragons. This was like a snaky dragon with like these talon claws like out. And he's like, would you stitch this for me? And I'm like, well, I would stitch that for you. If you wanted something like that, I would, okay, fine. I can stitch something like that for you. I can do that. Well, first of all, it was massive, but anyways, I didn't go into details, but I said, you're not going to buy me something and then I stitch it for you for Christmas. Like, that's buying yourself a gift. Like, if you want me to stitch that for you.
Why is that a problem?
Because I'm not going to stitch. Maybe it was the image. I'm not really into dragons.
No, but if he wanted you to stitch it for him,
well, he can buy it for me on a regular day, not Christmas.
Oh, not to instead of your chatelaine.
Yeah, like Merry Christmas. Here, put you to work. Like
our brother, one year for Christmas. We've said that there's 4 of us. He got a gift for our dad, and he said to Dad and Ben from Ben. I think it was a video game or something, but he specifically said on the card, and Ben. From Ben. Same idea, right?
Anyways, so I'm not. Anyways, so stay tuned if I get a chatelaine for Christmas.
Gifts for my
there's a lot of backstitching and chatelaine. Yeah.
But you don't want it.
That sounds inappropriate, but.
It's what?
That sounds inappropriate.
Why is it inappropriate?
Never mind.
Oh. Where you're going. Not instead of a chatelaine is what you were saying.
So I don't know.
Well, that's
maybe
nice
that
he's showing you an interest. My husband's very interested in my stuff.
Yeah, no, it's
nice.
It's nice to show that when he shows.
He took me to the Noodle Workshop last week.
But sometimes he's like leaning over my shoulder. Oh, and I'm in the middle of my Netflix show, like really in the zone, really stitching good, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Or he comes up and he's like lingering behind me for like a hello or something, and I'm just like, pause. Can I help? Can I help you? Is there something you need? Like. I can't wait for my craft room to be done so I can close the door and so I'm not available.
So you can shut out your family.
Yeah.
That's the main advantage.
Yeah. Except
I can relate to that though. You're watching something and sometimes I'll use headphones.
I know.
And then he'll say something like, huh?
Yeah.
You gotta pause it.
I know. It's like, what?
We're sounding very ungrateful.
Yeah.
At this moment, but.
I'm
sure someone out there can relate.
We're just 2 girls that want to stitch uninterrupted, and we really want to be left alone.
That is true.
So.
Okay, so that's...
Hey, it was World Cross Stitch Day.
Yes, it was.
We've missed lots of things. World Cross Stitch Day.
You know what, though? It's getting a little ridiculous with the World Potato Day and the World... every day is something.
This one's appropriate for us. World Cross Stitch Day.
Yeah.
Happy belated World Cross Stitch Day. If you follow me on Instagram at simplyxstitchin and Strawberry Stitcher, we did post something. We did have, coincidentally, a stitching night that night.
Yes.
At my house.
It was impromptu
and I posted
as well.
A cute picture. Yeah. They're the best.
She wanted to do a live video, and I was totally
I wanted to do a live video so bad. And she was like, I don't want to do a live video. And I'm like, well, I want to do one. And she's like, well, I don't. And I'm like, we're having kind of a dispute in front of Kim, right? And Kim was just so quiet, not even saying anything. Oh, my new
She's probably uncomfortable. You were probably uncomfortable, Kim. We weren't yelling at each other, but we were just snarky to each other. Maybe a stitch with us when we're with Kim. We can do that. No, we're getting into it again. She just gave me the look.
I just gave her the look. Like,
what's your next whip?
Oh yeah, I got one more.
Keep you on track.
Thanks. Okay. So, you offered me a drink earlier. I should have taken you up on that offer.
I did offer you a drink.
Because now I'm thirsty. Okay, so my next whip is Not Forgotten Farm, which is in the air.
Now, was this one of the ones you got from the attic?
It's big. It's big. 12 by 17 if it was stitched on 30 count.
Was it something you got from the attic?
Yes. This is something I got from McKenna's live sale, which, McKenna, I haven't been shopping with you lately because I've done very much
We had
damage.
to check ourselves.
We had to check ourselves. What did I say to you recently? And I'm like, okay, tell me to check myself. What did I say? I can't remember it to you and Kim.
I don't know. You have all these grand ideas often.
Yeah. I'm the dreamer. It's funny because I crush most people's dreams, according to my husband. So.
That's not very nice.
So there's what I'm stitching it. Oh, I should tell you some details. We're all rusty at this again. Okay, I'm stitching it on 22 count hard hanger. Did somebody come to the door?
No, it's my dog trying to get in.
If it's not a dog, if it's not a kid, it's a dog. I don't know what I'm stitching it.
Hard hanger.
22 count. Yeah, I know, but
it's like a mustard color.
I dropped my bag.
Do you want me to hold it up while you?
Gold. It's called 22 count hard hanger gold. And I'm stitching it on anchor thread, anchor black, 403.
And the coverage is really good. How many strands are you using?
2. And I don't have a lot of experience stitching on really small counts, so stupid me started this in 2 threads, and now I kind of wish I didn't, because
excuse me, why are you not using a needle minder? I've noticed that before. You're not using a needle minder.
just stick it in the thread.
You have beautiful needle minders.
Yeah.
Like, look how much that pops. Like 3D. I don't think it's really coming up, but oh,
it's good. It's tiny. I wish I did it in 1 thread. Now it's too late. But this is actually a lot of fun, and it's very addictive because you want to keep going or just do 1 more letter, and it's really fun.
This is the total width of the project, right?
Yeah.
Would you say this is halfway?
Yeah, a little less than half. A little less.
So what's your verdict on heart hanger?
I like it a lot, but you can't pull too tightly when you make your one cross, because sometimes it cuts and goes over or doesn't look complete. But you know what? You get that with linen too sometimes. I really like stitching on it, and I really like this Zegwart.
So you got the fabric in jersey.
Yes. I got the fabric in jersey, and I got some anchor at Needleworkers Delight.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of really Needleworkers Delight, there was a big
a meetup.
A little meetup, big reunion.
We were very jealous.
Very jealous.
We want to make our way down again, maybe in the spring.
I want to come, yeah.
Because we all need more cross-stitch projects, right?
I just want to be with my people. I want to do all my cross-stitch, be with my people.
Yeah, we met some really good people.
So...
It was a really good bunch of people. Like, we didn't have one bad egg.
We had so much fun. I know.
Really
you guys probably watched our video.
You're tired of us talking about it.
Oh, so we've been doing so many. We've said before, like, we've been so busy this summer. So we went to a family thing. And I think we mentioned this before, that one of our cousins Sarah watches our Flosstube video, and she's so fascinated by all the cross stitch. She doesn't stitch. She's not a stitcher yet.
Her mom did it.
Yeah.
She was trying to convert her.
And
we already talked all about.
We already talked about this, but I went to visit her sister. My daughter and I went on like a 5-hour road trip, and we went to go visit her.
She didn't invite me.
Well, you were working. We did this a week. It was like a weekday thing, and we had a lot of fun. Don't be jealous. Anyways, turns out her sister Amy watches our videos too.
Amy watches too?
So hi Sarah, hi Amy. They love it.
Cool.
We were kind of keeping it a secret from the family, you know.
Well, not a secret, but we don't broadcast.
Yeah. I don't say like, hey, catch me on Flosstube. Like, nobody knows what that is. Not people that don't.
Yeah, I was at a family function last weekend, and then there was a Noodle Workshop in the same town. So I'm like, yeah, we're going. I told people where I was going. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
So are those all the whips that you have?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, those are the ones that I've worked on since our last video. I have my nutcracker tree that's looming over my shoulder.
You still have whips, but I meant to show. Okay, so I'll show mine. So I don't think I've shown this at all, but I'm working on Cinderella from Primitive Hair. And actually this is something that I purchased from Michelle Bendy as well. Her Stash Unload on Instagram. And I showed in our last...
Did you show Little Red Riding Hood?
Yeah, in our last video, I was going to say that we did show my finish of Red Riding Hood. And I wasn't going to fully finish until I had at least 2 done. So this was my next one. And I am doing this on a 32 count, I think it's Belfast. Yeah, Belfast linen on Country Mocha. And this is my wrinkled progress, because it literally just came off the Q-snap, so I really should have ironed it. But that's my progress.
That looks so good.
So I'm doing my own colors.
That's a lot of dense stitching, eh?
Oh my gosh.
Are you kind of done with it?
I'm a little over it. So what I did was anchor black for the border. And then I used a gast for her top half of the dress and the bottom half of the dress is something else. So for the top half of the dress, I went back and forth, and I'm doing swirly things for the rest, and it's taking a lot of thread.
You were all worried that the swirls weren't showing, and I think it does. I think it looks great.
So I'm also, the B5200 is the white, and I'm actually putting in this Krinnick in it as well.
What's the...
It is a braid number 1432. It's a blue. It's not showing up on the video, and it's not showing up from the spool either. But
so if you're interested in her conversion, let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you know at the end. So it goes down. That side's done. It just goes down and over, and then it says Cinderella, and her shoe is right here. So I will probably do that in the Krinnick as well. I'm not really pleased with how it's showing, because it's all wrinkly. But it's fun. I like them. I've got them all. I'm just missing Beauty and the Beast.
We've got a nude light situation behind us. We're testing out some lighting options, so...
Yeah, my good friend, gave us an umbrella light that he used. He's a professional photographer. So we're trying that. So that is what I've been currently working on. Haven't worked on it this weekend yet. And my only other whip that I have is Nightmare by Courtney Collection. So I showed this the last time. So I finished a couple more pages. So there it is. So far.
Oh, that looks so good. That is really good.
Let me go closer. I have no idea how many pages I finished. But remember, Jennifer...
Are you done about halfway?
Yeah.
I was saying, are you sure that's going to fit?
Jennifer was a little worried it wasn't going to fit, and so was I. But that's it. And I got lots of room left over.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's really nice.
Pretty cool, eh? So I'm going to be going back to this. Again, excuse
Your
the
back
wrinkles.
is so neat.
Yeah, the back is the same as the front. Again, I don't carry. So yeah, this has been really fun as well. I'm about to do his soon up to his face. So that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, one weekend I was stitching out all day. I was supposed to do some work. And I didn't. I stitched. So that's really good. My husband really likes this one. He keeps saying, are you going to stitch Nightmare? Is Nightmare done yet? So I'll get that professionally framed, I think. So that's it. Those are the two things that I've been working on pretty meticulously. Always have the feeling to start something new, but I try to keep it to a minimum because I like a medium project. Mix in a small. I just wanted to show that again because I love it so much. So, yeah. So those are my two whips. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is some haul, but I did get some stitchy kindness that I wanted to share and gush over. So the first was from Lori. She did give me the beach, which I love. I already gushed about that. She also sent me Hello Spring from Plum Street. She stitched this. And she made a good point that we've talked about as well. Plum Street, you see this and you think, oh, that's a small project. Mm-hmm. But then, lo and behold, when you look at it, start stitching it, look at the stitch count, they're not so small. This is 151 by 83, so it's long and narrow. Mm-hmm. But look at that. Oh.
That's really pretty.
Can't really keep it steady there. I'd love to try some type of finishing like that. So thank you very much, Lori. Check her out, Lori, at Once Upon a Stitch. She has fantastic videos. And then the other one I got was from a fellow Canadian. Now she, her name is Lise. I'll just say her first name. So she sent me a message because we talked about ink circles, and she said that I have an ink circles that would you like me to pass
Kim,
on
this
to
is
you?
right up your alley.
Oh
I'm
my
just
gosh.
looking at it right now, the back.
Love it. I cannot wait to start this. So right away, I went out and I got all of the threads for it.
It's nice.
Look at the purple.
That's a digital picture, right? That's not the real.
Yeah, it's another digital picture. Then I got some orange, maybe to try to put some orange in the fish or something, just to see.
Yeah.
And then I went through the stash that I got of fabric. Yeah. And this is country linen. It's a 32 count. It's a Zegart. And like, oh my gosh. Like, look, like our light's not really showing. So yummy. So I wanted to start this as well. So much so that I went and I grabbed all the stuff. But it is a bigger project, so I wanted to finish Nightmare first. So once Nightmare is finished, I'll do this, because the count is 241 by 241, so it's a perfect square.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the little serpent. Sea stars. That's what this is called. And it calls all for DMC, and I've done it in circles before. It's very easy to follow. I'll just make a working copy because I check off somewhat. Yeah. So those are two of my stitchy kindness that I wanted to share. Nice. I can't wait. I've already stitched one and cannot wait to start this. Oh, like, look at that. So yummy. So, why don't you show us what your haul? Do you have it ready?
Yeah. So I found something really cool at a thrift shop. So I found this really cute little piece. Really cute little guy.
Now, what does it say on the bottom again?
On the bottom it says Stitch Story. And like there's no initials on it or anything, and it's just so cute. It looks like there's
embroidery.
Pen or something on it.
No, I didn't even notice it.
Look.
He looks evil from the back.
Yeah.
Isn't that so cute?
It's so cute.
And it already has a hole in the top to hang up in your craft room.
I'm going to put it on a little easel. I just thought it was really cute and different. I've never seen. And it looks almost like this came as a kit. Maybe it came as a kit or something. And it came with like the fabric in it. Because look, like, and they've stitched something on top. So I don't know if it came with a pattern, but I just thought it was in like the section with like all the frame stuff and like all the pictures. So I got that. You want me to show more?
Yeah, keep going.
And then I got,
you got a 1, 2, 3 order.
I got a 1, 2, 3 order because I needed to get more threads for the Plum Street sampler.
No threads, travel alone.
Yeah, so like, why not just buy one pattern when you can buy like...
Well, you're paying for shipping anyway.
12 or 13. Yeah. So, I bought almost the full, I think I didn't buy August and June for the drawn thread. Does anybody, are you guys have these? So the drawn thread, and this is September. I won't show you them all, but this is September, so this is gonna be the next one that I'm probably gonna stitch. And it calls for all, what's it called? MPI silks. But yeah. I am just gonna pick, I have so many fancy flosses, so I'm just gonna pick something that I love, and I'm gonna do that for all of them. So I didn't get August, but I ended up getting Waxy Moon August. I ended up getting that, and a Waxy Moon June I got. My daydream is that I'm gonna have the best mantle on earth, and I'm gonna have for each month, I'm gonna have something that says the month on it.
Yeah, she's pretty lucky she's got a mantle above her fireplace. I do too, but my cat jumps up, so I'm gonna stitch those, and they're really small. They're the size of a pocket calendar, like, to go on that. I ended up getting this pattern, Lizzy Kate Seasons, pattern 171. I ended up getting that. So you've got summer and spring and autumn and winter, and I just think they're so cute. Like, oh, look at
autumn with the little pumpkin thing.
All right, moment of lapse there. Our storage was full, so we're just going right back in it and we're going to thread it together. So you were showing.
So I was just in the process of showing this Lizzy Kate pattern that I got on 1 2 3 Stitch, and
look at the whale. Oh my gosh, in July.
Yeah, and they're really small patterns, like, and I think I'm just gonna I thought about getting all the Weeks dye works, and then that's the moment that you told me to check myself.
That's what it was, yes.
Because I thought, oh, I want to get all the specialty threads, right? I'm just gonna use what I have.
Yeah, why not?
So I got that, and then I got some threads for this older pattern that I had in my stash. I've got this Ink Circle See No Evil Tombstone Monkeys pattern in my stash that I'd like to stitch soon. And I want to stitch it with the called for floss.
Very fall-like. Be really nice for the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Look how yummy that is.
And like, there's all the threads. So there's that. I got all the threads for that. And I've been redoing my daughter's bedroom, and it's pink, of course, and it's everything girly, and she's actually starting dance soon.
She picks the pink, right?
She picked the pink, yeah. Yeah. So this is the pattern that I'm gonna do. It's Country Cottage Kids, and it's called Little Ballerinas. And I asked her, I'm like, you want me to stitch this for you? She goes, yeah. So I got the specialty floss, or actually Alison picked it up when she went to the Needle Workshop. She's like, do you want anything? I'm like,
first she said no. I said a lot. I asked quite a few times, let me know if there's anything you need. I'm going. And
anyways, those are some of the colors. Crescent colors. Classic Colorworks. So that's,
we're shaking it's not as sturdy as last time. Sorry, you're shaking a little bit.
Oh.
Okay, so is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, so I don't shop a lot. I tried to stitch what I have, but I was feeling a project bag. So I got from the Blue Door Studio a new project bag.
I love the vibrant colors.
I definitely wanted something bright. So we'll link her below, Blue Door Studio Co. on Etsy. And really like the window.
Now the one that you have here fits your 11 by 11 Q snap.
So this is the large size, and the 11 by 11 goes in it perfectly. Now I'm doing the Hawk Run Hollow Sal on October 1st. Join us as well. It's a hashtag that some people have already started. And I'm doing Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, so she's going to be making me a Halloween bag. So I'll be posting about that when I get it, and if anyone wants one as well from her. So love that. And then, as we've alluded to, I went to the Needle Workshop. It moved about 20 minutes further away from us, and we haven't gone yet, but my husband took me, and so we've got to buy stuff. So I had to get more thread for my Cinderella because I underestimated how much I would need. So I got those. I won't show those. I got a drawn thread.
Excuse me, I hate when that happens, when you run out of the thread that you need.
Winter Garden. So I really liked this. Oh, there you go. And it's got all different names of Christmas winter plants. So I did not get the threads for it or any fabric. It does call for NPIs and dinky dyes. I'll probably do a conversion, whether find one online or not. I only had about an hour in the shop, and I was a little stressed because you gave me a list and so did Kim. So I got the owner there. She was pulling Kim's items, and yours were easy because it was all alphabetical. So I only had an hour. So then I wanted to kit up another one of my primitive hair fairy tales. So I'm getting ready for Snow White. So I decided I'm going to kit that up. So because Jennifer was saying how much she loved crescent colors, I decided that the only called for color I was going to use was cinders. So I'm sure this isn't really gonna show up, but look
so pretty.
how yummy this looks.
Yeah, that's
so I'm going to use again the Anchor Black, and this is B5200. So this purple, this is the called for burgundy, and I chose this blue, and then the color of the deer was not what that looked like. It was a DMC color. I pulled it and it wasn't even right, so I chose my own deer color.
Yeah.
So this is so yummy. I can't wait to start this. But I think once I finish Snow White...
One fairy tale at a time.
Sorry, not Snow White. Once I finish... Oh yeah, I'm not going to start it until at least my Cinderella is done. I think I might go back to Nightmare and do a little bit of Nightmare. I also, as I said, had the Hawkrun Hollow coming up. That's another big guy. So I think I might just work on what I have. I've got pumpkins going on that I haven't showed before from Just Cross Stitch magazine that I might do. Plus I have my carousel. I got lots of stuff. So I really, really need to check myself and not start something new before October. Because I've got another big project coming up.
Yeah. You don't want to get too many big things.
Yeah. I guess I could show the fabric I got from my Santa's Village.
These ones?
Yeah. So do you want to show Brent? Give me my... Pass me. So I've showed... Maybe I haven't shown this in a video, but I decided I wanted to do the Santa's Village from Country Cottage Noodle Works. So I got it all as one piece, but what I'm going to do, well, first I'll show it. So the snowflakes are all done in beads. The top is all done in Kreinik, whatever. The bottom leaves are all done in Kreinik as well, and a variegated thread. And the snow is just regular snow. So can you see the beads there?
Yep.
So what I decided to do is I'm going to make them into long pillows of 4. So 4 pillows of 4. So I decided when I was shopping for my seagulls, I bought fabric. It's not really showing all that well.
Why don't you get like a red or something?
I tried it, but I wanted this. So it is Christmassy.
What is that? Fruit fly.
Fruit fly, which is weird because I don't have any food down here. So there you go. So that's the only other thing was for the fabric. So it's going to be a one long pillow, but I haven't done it yet because that's a lot of stuffing. So I believe that we had 44 minutes on the first video, and then now we have only 10 minutes on this one. So we were really close to being finished before it cut out.
Yeah.
So
I lost some steam, I think.
Yeah. So that's what we've been doing. We have had lots of stitchy time and a little bit of shopping, but we're both trying to be very good because we have an abundance of projects. I did want to say thank you very much for all the compliments I got on my hair. I never mentioned it in my last video, but I had mentioned prior to I was growing my hair out to donate, and my mom thought I should mention that. So I was able to donate 2 bundles of 14 inches of hair. So now I'm nice and short. So thank you very much.
Several Flosstubers are addressing comments in the beginning of all their videos, and I really like that. I really like hearing what other people are asking, because when I leave comments on videos, I'm not really scrolling and looking at other people's comments and about what the response was. So it's kind of nice to hear what other people are asking in regards to like a previous video and answer some questions. We don't really get the questions that maybe some of the other channels do, I don't think, because...
I mean, people ask us questions and we usually answer right there.
Yeah.
in the
I don't think we have enough to like make a segment on it, but if people start asking us questions, maybe we'll address them more specifically in the video. So if anybody has a question, ask.
So hopefully it won't be as long until our next video. We'll try. We always say that, but we do these videos.
We'll do the best we can.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we will be stitching away.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you for watching. I'm Alison.
I'm Jennifer.
We're Stitching Social, and we'll link a few things below that we talked about. For example, the By the Bay Instagram, we'll link that below, and Blue Door Studio where I got my project bag. And until next time, happy stitching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.